Bill O'Reilly here, Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, and here's what's happening today in America. President Trump in Japan for an official state visit. A federal judge blocks Mississippi's latest anti-abortion bill. Hillary Clinton returning to the campaign trail. Vice President Pence speaking with graduates at West Point. Legendary Green Bay Packers quarterback Bart Starr dead at age 85. Coming up also, my message of the day on desperate politicians. But first, President Trump in Japan for an official state visit, meeting with Prime Minister Abe following North Korea's latest missile tests. The two leaders played a round of golf, ate double hamburgers, enjoyed ringside seats at a traditional sumo wrestling match, then ate a late dinner of Japanese barbecue. No word on Alka-Seltzer. Abortion back in the spotlight after a federal judge blocked Mississippi's so-called heartbeat legislation, saying the new regulations which ban abortion after 6 weeks violates a woman's constitutional right to have the procedure before, quote, fetus viability. The legal challenges will likely end up in the Supreme Court. Hillary Clinton back on the campaign trail, this time in Texas. The twice-failed presidential candidate spoke with supporters in Houston Friday, saying the state's legislature is intentionally, quote, making it harder for women to get health care. Mrs. Clinton has so far refused to endorse a Democrat for the 2020 race, but has strong ties with former Vice President Biden. The current Vice President, Mike Pence, addressed graduates at West Point Sunday, telling the cadets they will most likely, quote, go to war for the USA at some point in their lives. It is a virtual certainty, the Vice President said, that you will fight on a battlefield for America at some point in your life. The graduates will leave the academy as U.S. Army second lieutenants. Legendary Green Bay Packers quarterback Bart Starr dead at age 85. Starr, first drafted in 1956, would go on to lead Vince Lombardi's powerhouse Packer teams throughout the 1960s. His health had been failing in recent years after suffering 2 strokes and a heart attack in 2014. Coming next, the message of the day, politicians in trouble. But first, we live in a very complicated world, so it's important that you protect yourself and the people you love. That's why I'm happy to tell you about a company I recommend, Wise Foods. Freeze-dried food is a modern-day miracle. Tastes good, is healthy, and most importantly, it stays good for up to 25 years. During Superstorm Sandy, I lost power for 7 days. All my refrigerated food went bad, but not my food supply from Wise. Please visit Wise Food Storage, one word, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, and explore their starter kits and long-term emergency food options. They are even offering free shipping, plus a big discount, 25% off for my listeners. Please go to Wise Food Storage, one word, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill. That's me. wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, or you can call 855-269-0501. That's 855-269-0501. Time now for the message of the day. Some were surprised when Vice President Biden reached very strong status in polls after he announced he would run against President Trump for the presidency in 2020. But I was not surprised. Vice President Biden is well known. If you go around and ask people, they have a vague idea of who he is. Same thing with Bernie Sanders, the senator from Vermont. Both men have been around long enough and campaigned hard enough so that Americans know them. Now, the other 18 at this point, Democratic candidates, are not well known. Do you know Senator Amy Klobuchar? You may have heard the name Beto O'Rourke, but do you know what he did in his life, where he lives, what he thinks? Same thing with Mayor Pete, who's got a tremendous amount of recent media exposure, Do you know anything about him? And the list goes on and on. Cory Booker, Kamala Harris. Now, the senator from Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren, is a little bit well known, but not for something good. It's the Indian controversy where she apparently put on her resume to try to get jobs at universities that she was part Native American. That proved not to be true. And thus, Senator Warren got into the headlines, but not in a good way. Even so, go to the mall, stop somebody, and say, do you know who Elizabeth Warren is? Well, they don't. Now, the reason for this is the media. It's not that the national media ignores the Democratic candidates. They don't. CNN has a town hall pretty much every hour on the hour. I mean, they're pulling people off the street to give them town halls. The problem is nobody watches. Cable news is declining drastically. And network news, while the viewership has not dropped as much as cable, is going down as well, especially CBS News. So it used to be that Walter Cronkite and Huntley and Brinkley and Peter Jennings, Dan Rather, all of these newscasters were very well known, and what they said got into the American landscape. That is not true any longer. Very few Americans, there are 330 million of us now, very few watch television news, and even fewer read the newspapers. So how are they ever going to know who Amy Klobuchar is? The answer is they are not. That is why former Vice President Biden enjoys a humongous lead in the polls, asking people who they prefer as a Democratic candidate for president in 2020. It's all about, well, I know that guy. I heard of him. That is not good news for the Democratic Party or American politics in general. We need new people. We need new ideas. We need charisma. But now it is extremely hard for any public servant to get well known in this country unless there's a scandal. Hey, if you do something wrong, everybody will know your name. And that is the message of the day. Coming up, something you might not know. The economy may be growing, but America's trade war with China means there could be financial uncertainty on the horizon. Most experts agree that higher tariffs and trade barriers may lead to market volatility, endangering Americans' retirement savings. You can't let your guard down. You have to protect your family and your finances. That's why many Americans are turning to physical gold and silver to safeguard their retirement accounts and life savings. And a relatively new law allows you to own physical gold and silver as part of your IRA. To get you started, the Hartford Gold Group is giving a free silver coin to all of my radio listeners. If you are listening right now, you can get this free silver coin from the Hartford Gold Group. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is call 877-444-GOLD, G-O-L-D. That's 877-444-GOLD. Give them a call or text to claim your free silver gift for a limited time. 877-444-4653. Call or text today. And now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. According to the National Institute of Retirement Security, things are not looking too great for millennials when it comes to their financial security. More than 66% of Americans between the ages of 21 and 32 have nothing saved, with most doubting they'll ever be able to retire. Some of these younger Americans face crippling student debt. Others, rising housing costs. But a certain subset of millennials blame their bleak situation on something kind of strange. Ready? They blame it on climate change. For some millennials, the current climate controversy is having a drastic impact on their daily lives. And it's not just the weather. The American Psychological Association has even coined the term eco-anxiety. with studies showing 72% of millennials suffer from chronic fear of an environmental disaster. This is what alarmists have inflicted on younger Americans. Of course, it's irresponsible, and it may even be harming the future of America. 20-somethings are now inundated with sensationalized forecasts about the world ending perhaps in 12 years. So why save anything? Some Americans may be asking, why save for a tomorrow that may never come? Well, regardless of your beliefs on the effects of climate change, it's important that younger generations understand that we've been through bad stuff before. Every generation has had challenges. Ask your grandparents about the Great Depression, the chaos at World War II. Speak to your parents about nuclear bomb drills or the draft during the Vietnam War. So try not to look too shocked when they tell you they somehow managed to save money for retirement all along the way. President Truman once said, America was not built on fear, America was built on courage, imagination, and an unbeatable determination to do the job at hand. For younger Americans, part of the job is making responsible decisions for your future. Be astute, be prepared, because if you aren't, disaster will surely find you, and it will have nothing to do with climate. Back after this. I have been telling you about a first-time buyer in Texas. Now I want to show you the other side. A seller who found an agent on realestateagentsitrust.com. A home seller in a very hot market needed to relocate quickly. Their agent suggested the following steps. 1. Price the home just below similarly priced homes in the area to ensure high demand with multiple offers. 2. Stage the home so that it stood out with great pictures, no clutter, and great curb appeal. 3. Market aggressively to fellow agents, providing a timeline for accepting offers. This created a big sense of urgency for buyers interested in the home. 4. Their agent reviewed the offers quickly, communicated with the owners about the caliber of the offers, strong financing, cash, closing date, so many factors to consider. And 5, after just 3 days on the market, the sellers got 5% over their asking price, and the buyer agreed to pay closing costs. This is why you need a great agent from realestateagentsitrust.com. Get the job done. Get moving. realestateagentsitrust.com. That's realestateagentsitrust.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.